Burgies. First up, a man lost his life after he tried to avoid a huge pothole on the road. The accident occurred at Laksandra, which is near Wilson Garden. The deceased has been identified as Prakash. Prakash was returning home on his two-wheeler when he tried to avoid the pothole. That is when he fell, and suddenly a lorry that was behind him ran over his head, killing him on the spot. The driver of the lorry has fled from the area. A case has been registered with the Wilson Garden Traffic Police. A man lost his life when he tried to avoid a pothole in Laksandra. The deceased, identified as Prakash, was in fact returning home when on his two-wheeler, which was an Activa, and when he was on his way back, he tried to avoid that pothole, that very crucial thing that was there, and that is when he fell from his Activa, and a lorry that was speeding from behind ran straight over his head, killing him on the spot. The police have registered a case. The driver of the lorry escaped from the area immediately after the accident. The onlookers, in fact, immediately rushed him to the hospital nearby, but the doctors declared him brought dead. Actor Preeti Zinta registered a case of molestation against former boyfriend and industrialist Neswadia in Mumbai. Deputy Commissioner of Police Zone 1 Ravindra Shishwe confirmed the filing of the complaint. In a complaint, the actor alleged that Wadia not only outraged her modesty but also abused and threatened her. In a statement to the police, Zinta said that the incident happened during the IPL qualifier for the finals between Kings 11 Punjab and Chennai Super Kings at the Wankhede Stadium on May 30th. She stated that during the match, while in the Garware pavilion, Wadia came up to her, grabbed her by the hand and started using abusive words in front of other spectators. Zinta and Wadia are co-owners of the IPL team Kings 11 Punjab. The actor, however, registered a complaint only on Thursday night. A case under sections 354, 504 and 506 have been registered, which include assault on a woman, intentional insult and criminal intimidation, according to the Indian Penal Code. The police said that they were in the process of locating witnesses and would also be calling Wadia to record his statement. The actor and the industrialist ended a 5-year relationship in 2011. Neither Preeti nor Wadia have cited any specific reason for their breakup. Well, a shocking case of Preeti Zinta filing a molestation case against her former boyfriend Neswadia. For more on the story, I'm joined by my colleague Nolan. Nolan, it seems that there are several charges that have been slapped on Neswadia. Can you explain us the impact of these charges?
Well, you're absolutely right. Cases under sections 354, 504 and 506, that is assault on a woman, intentional insult and criminal intimidation of the Indian Penal Code, have been registered. In fact, we're told that Preeti Zinta will record her statement before the police today. This complaint was filed on Thursday night. But it's a little interesting, Varghese, because complaint was filed on Thursday night. The incident took place on the finals between Kings 11 Punjab and Chennai Super Kings at the Wankhede Stadium. That was on the 30th of May. Now, in her complaint, she stated that during the match, while in the Garware pavilion, Wadia came up to her, grabbed her by her hand and started using abusive words in front of other spectators. As of now, what we're told is that the police are in the process of locating witnesses, because that's very important for them, and also CCTV footage, because they need to know what really happened over there. And considering the fact that security was tight, CCTV or surveillance cameras will be placed everywhere. The police will be looking into that. Now, what's going to happen is that today she will be recording her statement too. Neswadia has come out in the open stating that these allegations are baseless and false. But if the police call him for questioning, we must remember that since he has been booked under IPC section 354, which deals with assault or criminal force to a woman with intent to outrage her modesty, it means that the section has now become non-bailable and is tried by a judicial magistrate first class. So great possibilities that once he's called for questioning, he might be immediately arrested.
Well, Nolan, and other thing is that this incident particularly happened on May 30th, and there seems to be a lot of thought going before actually filing the case.
Very true. That's the reason. She filed it only on Thursday night. This incident took place on May 30th. So could there be something else apart from just this issue? Is there something else which no one is talking about? Because if it was on May 30th, at least maximum on the 1st or 2nd, she should have filed the case. Now this is what? More than 10 days have passed. And then a case being filed makes no sense per se, because normally all these cases you go immediately that night itself or the next morning and go and file the case. So the police look into it. So could there be something else? Is there another controversy here up in the for us all, which none of us are actually seeing? So that should come out anytime soon. But as of now, another controversy to hit the IPL. We've seen how the spot fixing, the bribing, and now this has to hit IPL.
Well, thank you, Nolan, for joining us with all those details. Well, Preeti Zinta, the actor, has in fact filed a molestation charge against her former boyfriend, Ness Wadia. The actor and the industrialist ended a 5-year relationship in 2011. Neither Preeti nor Wadia have cited any specific reason for their breakup. And after that, they continued to be the co-owners of Kings 11 Punjab. And now it seems that the co-relationship that they had in the last 2-3 years is in fact heating up with a controversy of this sort. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be seen sailing on the largest warship of the Indian Navy off the coast of Goa today. Here's a report.
INS Vikramaditya will host Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a part of his defence tour. He will be sailing on this big boy off the coast of Goa. Later, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will dedicate the warship to the nation, which is India's second aircraft carrier after INS Virat. INS Vikramaditya, that was commissioned by the then Defence Minister A.K. Antony in Russia, is the newest and largest ship to join the Indian Navy on November 16, 2013. The warship, that is already in the Arabian Sea, has an overall length of about 284 meters and a maximum beam of about 60 meters. This warship is about 20 stories tall from keel to the highest point, and the ship has a total of 22 decks. Vikramaditya is literally a floating city in itself. With around 1,600 personnel on board, it carries with nearly 1 lakh of eggs, 20,000 litres of milk and 16 tons of rice per month. With the complete stock of provisions, INS Vikramaditya is capable of surviving for about 45 days on the sea. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be the first national leader who will be visiting the largest and the most powerful warship of Indian Navy, and this will also be the first public display of its capabilities. A News9 report.